Oh my god, is that another Kendall Vendetti video?
You're goddamn right it is. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, where stuff happens. So, what's this video about? Well, probably you could tell by the title, but this video is a rant on humanity itself as a whole. The entire human race. That's right, I'm ranting about every single person out there. Now, it's less of a rant and more of a I'm frustrated because we're doing things so ass backwards that we're destined to fail. And it really pisses me off because I'm a big Warhammer 40,000 fan. And in that universe, the fictional, Warhammer 40,000 universe, the entire human race is united under one goal. And that's to fuck everything else in the galaxy up and just be the owners of the entire universe. And I feel like we could do that in real life if we were actually unified somehow. Now, I don't mean like the United Nations, like UN. I mean like, I don't know. I guess one person to rule the entire human race would be asking a little much, but somebody can fucking try. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can give it a shot and say, hey, everybody should just get together. Because the thing is that everybody is so narrow-minded, I guess I'd put it. Everybody's narrow-minded and selfish and stupid, frankly. I'm stupid. Anybody else watching this is stupid. Everybody's stupid. And that sounds really mean and disgustingly hateful for no reason. Like, I don't know everybody in the world, but everybody is. Everybody is selfish and narrow-minded and stupid, to be frank. That's basically what it is. That sums it up. That sums the entire human race up. Is selfish, narrow-minded, and stupid. And that sums everybody up. So, how do we fix this? Well, a lot of our time here on planet Earth has been spent just fighting each other for imaginary territory that doesn't actually exist. Like, if you look on a map, there's lines separating each and every individual nation, each province, each country, continent, all kinds of stuff. And it's simplified, and it shows things in a way how we perceive them as a race, or a species, I guess. That'd be a better word than a fucking race. I don't know why that was the first word, but as a species, that's how we understand our planet, is separated by these imaginary lines, like the line between, I don't know, America and Mexico. There's no actual physical giant black line separating those two pieces of territory that we perceive as existing. And I feel like if one country were to just simply unify the rest of the countries and everybody on the planet is working towards one goal, which sounds communist and stupid, but it doesn't have to be communist. It doesn't have to be ran in a communist system. It can be ran in any system that we see fit as a rate, or there we go, as a species. But instead of unifying everybody, everybody is set towards their own personal goals, which is fine. That's a completely understandable thing. You got to feed your family, you have to feed yourself, you have to worry about your kids, your mortgage, you got to worry about your car payments, insurance. And so if we were to take away a lot of things from how we perceive ourselves as a species and how we perceive the world around us, I feel like it would be a lot better of a world. Because honestly, we're destroying ourselves and we're destroying the planet that we fucking live on. That's how I'm going to sum it up. We're destroying it. We're destroying ourselves, we're destroying our planet, and quite frankly, I find it disgusting. It needs to change. But it's not going to change ever. It's maybe thousands of years from now, maybe hundreds, but in our lifetime, the people watching this currently, the people that talk about this type of subject currently, it's just a pipe dream, honestly. But I feel like it's a pipe dream that needs to be addressed somehow. Somehow, somebody somewhere with some sort of imaginary power that we say that they have, like a president or a king, a queen, whoever, somebody somewhere with imaginary power needs to use that imaginary power to try and make things better for the world around us instead of just their little chunk of imaginary territory. So, that's my thoughts on that. Honestly, we live in a solar system with several planets. And I'm not saying we should go out and be Warhammer 40,000. That's never going to happen currently. In fact, that's honestly never going to happen in any fucking history of real life. That's not going to happen. You can't relate Warhammer 40,000 to real life in a lot of senses. But I feel like we could at least try to make progress towards unification, and there's a lot of topics about running out of oil, running out of water, like fresh water. We don't have a lot of it. And clean water is another thing. Potable, drinkable water. We don't have a lot of it. I know if you live in a first world country, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kendall? We have plenty of water. Everybody here can drink. Not everybody across the entire planet has access to potable water, as one, and edible food. That's number two. People across the world have problems, and that's never going to change. But instead of worrying about your own little chunk of land, we should start worrying about the entire planet and all of the inhabitants of it. Because honestly, how can I put this? I'm trying to think of a way to put this where it won't sound as nerdy and stupid as it actually is. Because honestly, it is. It's nerdy and it's stupid and it's hippie talk. You could call it hippie talk. I don't care. But frankly, it does need to change. Because say you unify everybody on the planet under one flag, one territory. That's Earth. Whatever you want to call it, the human empire, federation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't care. It's a lot. There's a lot of it in science fiction. The entire human race is unified. But why don't we see that in real life? Why don't we see countries trying to get together to make things better for each other in a way that makes it so that it's better for us as people? Like, why don't we see that? If I could just talk to every single world leader and ask them that, I'm sure I'd get a lot of, well, I need to worry about my country, so I don't care about yours. What if instead of there being Germany and Italy, Spain, there was just Europe as one big country? Not a continent, a country ran by a select few people. Imagine all of those resources in that entire continent banded together for everybody that lives in that continent. And just take that and put it on a bigger scale. Imagine all of the resources on planet Earth for everybody. You don't need to worry about paying your mortgage because you have a house that was given to you and it's yours. That's all it is. Imagine you don't have to pay to eat, to have access to electricity. You don't have to pay money to get drinkable water that you need to survive. Just imagine that for a second. Just have that thought running in your head. You don't have to pay any amount of currency for anything. except what is unnecessary. Like, imagine you didn't have to buy clothes. Imagine poor families in the world didn't need to scrounge up pocket change to get a winter jacket for their kid whenever it gets cold outside. Just imagine that. And that does sound communist, but it doesn't have to be ran as a communist kind of state. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just take the entire planet and unify it. Because a lot of countries are more technologically advanced than other countries. And a lot of people have a lot more education and knowledge than other people. What if everybody in the world had access to free potable water? Everybody, like, nobody went hungry. There's no need to fight over anything because all you have to do is go to your local, whatever the fuck you want to call it, stockpile, store, whatever you want to call it, and just get it. Just grab it and go. It's that simple. You don't have to screw around with a cashier. You don't have to go to a job that you have to get for money. Or you don't have to work for money. Just imagine that. Doesn't that sound a lot better? So why aren't we running things like that? It just hurts to think about how fucked up the world is and how nobody cares. I mean, I personally don't care. But I feel like if we don't change something, our entire species is going to die off. We're going to kill ourselves. We have another planet right after Earth in the orbit. It's Mars. I don't know if you know that. Mars, it's the next, we're the third planet from the sun. Mars is the fourth. So imagine going to Mars, taking all the resources that are over there, using them here. There's a whole planet of untapped resources that we can just fly over there, dig it up, and smelt it into whatever we need and use that. Or, like, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? Yeah? We have a moon. Imagine taking people, like, the world is, it can only hold so many people. So imagine taking those people that we cannot actually, in a real sense, feed and take care of, putting them somewhere else where we can sustain them, like the moon or Mars. Yeah, that sounds like a pipe dream, but it sounds like a really good pipe dream that could realistically happen in 20 years if we would actually work towards that goal. 20 years. Easy. We could unify the entire human race. There would be no need to fight for anything except religion, obviously. There's always going to be religious battles, but there's no resource fights. There's no, I don't have water, or I don't have money, or I don't have food, so I'm going to go take it from my neighbor. Because you have everything that you need. Because everybody is working towards something that we need. I don't know, that's my thoughts on the subject, honestly. It sounds like a pipe dream, as I keep saying, but it's a pretty good pipe dream. So, yeah, just thoughts from me. I don't know. You don't have to watch this. There's no real information to be gained here. It's not like you're missing anything if you didn't watch this. Just thoughts, my thoughts. Have fun.